Now, quite ridiculous situation set to unfold this evening at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when Spurs host title-chasing Man City, live and exclusive on TalkSport. The champions know that a victory in North London means it'll be in their own hands going to the final day. But a slip-up and Spurs' arch-rivals, Arsenal, could be just 3 points from glory. So are Spurs fans genuinely supporting City tonight? Here's the former Tottenham midfielder, Jamie O'Hara, on the sports bar last night.
It's all right for Ange. He's from Australia, right? Ange can come over. He's a manager. He wants to win. He only thinks about himself.
Absolute disgrace.
He's got nothing. He doesn't understand what it means for men and women out there who've got to go and deal with Arsenal fans when they win the league and we hand them the title.
You're an
he ain't got to deal with that.
Disgrace. We don't get it. But joining us now for more on what on earth is going on are two of our TalkSport breakfast producers, Spurs supporting Sim Wright and Arsenal fan George Speakman. And I have to say, Sim has got a Manchester City shirt on and George has got a Spurs shirt on.
First thing I've got to say is we've gone from Noel Gallagher and Paul Whitehouse to these two.
Yeah,
there's never been a more dramatic decline in standards.
It is called scraping the bottom of the barrel, but it's 6:39 on a wet Tuesday morning. We couldn't get anybody else. Come on,
anyway,
look.
we might as well hear what they've got to say. Now we'll get them in.
Sim, as a Spurs supporter, tell me, I know you've got the shirt on as a bit of fancy dress this morning, but you want your team, in your heart, you want your team to win.
Well, first of all, I actually feel really good in this shirt. I feel like I could just stick one in the top corner. It's a very nice fit, and I can see why City win so many games. But no, Jeff, it's unspeakable, the idea of Arsenal winning the Premier League. It's something that I haven't seen in my lifetime. Because, well, I've seen it. It's happened in my lifetime, but I don't remember 2004. So I've got this nice position as a Tottenham fan where I've never had to experience Tottenham watching Arsenal win the league. They've gone on all I've heard is that they've won the league at White Hart Lane, which I don't agree with because at the end of the day they got a point once in 2004. We came from 2-0 down. A game was drawn 2-2. Unfortunately, Arsenal had won enough games to win a title, and we've had to listen to that for my whole life, and we'll have to listen to this for the next 40 years if they do it again.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm offering you 2 victories, and I'm offering you a Palace win at the weekend, and I'm offering you the top 4, and you're telling me that you wouldn't take that.
I'll be honest, yesterday watching the game and Liverpool being ahead, I was starting to consider... my eyes were lighting up a little bit at the thought of the top 4. But you know what? We've been in the Champions League enough. I don't buy the whole top 4.
You've been in the Champions League enough.
We've been to a Champions League
final.
You're bored
with the Champions League.
Yeah, because we're not going to...
All season long you've been trying to get in the Champions League and now you're saying you're not bothered.
I think for Tottenham fans now... there's an argument that trophies are more important because all we have to... It's not just Arsenal. Like, George is sat here in a Spurs shirt, by the way. George is an Arsenal fan, an avid Arsenal fan, he says, and he's sat here in a Spurs shirt.
I have no choice.
George, can you understand where they're coming from?
No, I think they're an absolute disgrace. I think it's a joke.
If roles were reversed...
Oh, yeah.
If roles were reversed...
I'd be sat in an Arsenal shirt cheering my team on because I'm not that bothered about Spurs. I think they're obsessed with us and I think it's absolutely insane.
Let's get it right. It's not just Tottenham fans that don't want Arsenal to win the league. They are the most insufferable group of fans. Unfortunately, there's so many of them... But I think that this groundswell is not just Tottenham fans. It's the fact that for 5 years, when Arsene Wenger, their greatest manager, who they hounded out of the football club, left Arsenal, and they had this 5 years of wilderness. I don't think credit to Arteta. I don't think anyone expected Arteta to achieve what he has and to take. Okay, I dispute that the 2020 FA Cup counts because it's the. It was during COVID, behind closed doors. No football really counted at that time. So this isn't really going to be. This is going to be Arteta's first trophy, and I don't want Arteta to get off the board with a trophy.
Can I just start by saying that fans like Sim and Jamie, Spurs diehard, in City shirts for today are an absolute disgrace.
Why are we a disgrace? It would be the same. If it was
why
the other
do
way
Spurs
around.
fans think today that losing against City is some big aha moment against Arsenal?
If we were going for the title, you would be doing exactly the same.
Chance.
You'd be cheering on Manchester. And look. By the way, I don't condone Postecoglou or the players going out and not trying to win the game.
Oh, that's good. That's jolly decent.
I turned down a ticket for the game because I can't be there and support the opposition. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it on
You should put your
TV.
own team on then.
I might just wake up tomorrow morning and just sit and switch on Big Al and yourself, Ali, and see what happens.
Dave is a Manchester United fan. He says Manchester United fans were in exactly the same position on Sunday as Spurs fans today. Win or draw against Arsenal, effectively hand the title to Manchester City. But I never heard hours of airtime given to United fans saying they wanted to lose. And he's right, isn't he? You know, if Manchester United can give it their best shot against Arsenal, knowing that if they, that the title might go to Manchester City, then, surely Spurs can do the same thing. And how do you react, George, when he says that most football fans don't want Arsenal to win the Premier League?
That's ludicrous. I think for the league, most people other than Spurs fans want to see us with a bus top parade instead of seeing with a polite clap while they win the league. But can I just say, with Spurs, wanting to see your own team lose tonight, it's just shooting yourself in the foot. It's not some big aha moment against Arsenal, we stopped you winning the league. That'll sting for us maybe for, a day or two. But on the opposite end of that, you've cost yourself a place in the Champions League. You can't get the players you want in the summer. You then travel into Azerbaijan and Beirut on Thursday and Sunday.
No, that's the Conference League.
Languishing around in 8th in the league. You've annoyed Ange Postecoglou, who's the best thing since sliced bread, who won the league in October, because he wants your support. And then we're going to go and win the league again next season. So all this talk about how we've stopped Arsenal win the league, it's more of a joke on you.
I just think there's a distinct lack of humility with Arsenal fans about the team that they've built. I think with Manchester City, okay, we're all bored of Man City winning the title every year, but I think their fans are a bit more respectful about the team. Whereas Arsenal, it's like now all of a sudden, we're challenging for titles again and blah blah blah, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone has to bow down to us. Oh, get lost.
Look, Greg is an Arsenal fan. Greg's an Arsenal fan. So just listening, Spurs fans talking like this will always show why we are the big brother. They are forever in our shadow.
Amen.
Sim, I have to say, with that attitude, we're going to have to punish you. What's the worst thing that could happen to a producer? Okay, tonight you're working on a Harun Kundi show. That should do the trick. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks,
Well done,
boys.
boys.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Up the Spurs.
Yeah.
Blue Moon.
TalkSport Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.